Can I ask you about orgies?
Yeah.
So how many people are at an orgy? What's like a standard? We're having a Sunday picnic and it's an orgy. What's like a number of people at an orgy?
Oh, it depends. I've only recently started hosting orgies, but I have been to a lot of orgies. And I would say like the median is maybe 15 people.
I like how you say median versus mean. Okay. Median is 15 people. What's the gender distribution usually?
Usually about even. It's like ideal if you can get more women than men in most of them. I've recently been hosting free use orgies, or orgies where consent is assumed by default when you enter. And of course you can revoke it anytime or go over a whole bunch of rules to make sure it's very safe. You like have wristbands. So nobody's actually doing anything they don't want to. But
Wristbands. Nice.
in those ones, you have to have more men than women.
I thought free use was like consensual, like at any time, but it's at any time within the constraints of this building or something like that.
Yeah, so at the orgies, it's like you, by entering, if you wear a wristband, then you are like by default opting into consent. So people don't have to like do a thing where they negotiate with you and like be like, is this okay? It's just the default is like, you just go for it. And if they want you to stop, they say the safe word, like red, don't, and then you have to stop. And we do like exercise in the beginning of people saying red to make sure that everybody knows exactly what the rules are.
What's your favorite safe word?
Red.
Red.
When I first started doing like weird kinky shit, I was like, oh, let's make a safe word. And we picked the word foliage. I was like, that's goofy, right? But then there eventually came a time where I did actually, in fact, want to say the safe word, and I couldn't. I was like in agony. I was like crying. I'm like, I can't make myself say this stupid word right now.
Foliage.
So after that, I was like, red. Doesn't matter. I don't care. It's not funny. We're just going with very simple red.
How does an orgy compare sexually to like a one-on-one sexual experience? Like, what is it? Same ballpark, or is it fundamentally different?
I mean, the experience of both orgies and one-on-one sex can be like really high variety.
There's a high variety.
But you kind of, it's a little bit like you're having sex with someone, but you're surrounded by really realistic VR porn of other people having sex.
Oh, okay, cool.
And sometimes it's like threesomes also, like maybe there's another person involved. But it's hard to like have a whole bunch of people in one cluster, because usually there's kind of different little clusters of people having their experience.
Sure.
I once was part of a 10-woman orgy. It was a total lesbian thing, and that felt like a writhing cluster. It was very nice. But typically, you kind of separate out with like very small pods of people doing stuff.